Hi, today we're going to paint your magical rainbow bank. So let's take a look at what's in your kit. First, you'll have your unpainted rainbow bank. You'll have 7 colors plus some glitter glaze. You'll have a paintbrush. You'll have a little quarter sponge. What you'll need from home are a cup of water and another cup to mix some glazes in. Let's get started. Okay, so the first step, we're going to antique our rainbow, and what that's going to do is add the lines in here for the detail. So first, take your number 11 paint and pour about a tablespoon into your cup for mixing, and then pour about an equal amount of water. Mix that up really well. What you want is for it to be about the consistency of milk or skimmed milk. Make sure it's really well mixed up. And then as you use it, continue to mix it a little bit more because it will settle, the glaze will settle to the bottom. So we're going to take that and we're going to paint it all over the rainbow. Just really loosely just slather that watered on paint on. Keep your brush really wet and get it all covered up. Make sure it's in all those little crevices because that's the part we are wanting to color. And do the back side. Once you have that all covered with the watered down glaze, set it aside to dry for just a couple of minutes until the shine is gone. Okay, it's been a couple minutes and now the shine is gone. Next thing I want to do is take my sponge and get it wet, wring out all the excess water. And you just want it to be damp, and we're going to start to wipe away the color from the raised areas. So wipe gently so that you don't wipe off the glaze that's in the crevices. Continue to rinse out your sponge and wring it out well while removing the glaze from those raised surfaces. This will give it a nice antiqued look and keep the detailing in the design. So now, once you've got that all wiped off, you can see that our color is still in all the lines and all the details. That's going to make them show up really well after we paint the rest. The next thing we want to do is paint our rainbow colors. So remember, rainbow is Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. So we're going to start with our number 98 red and paint 2 coats of glaze on the top ring of the rainbow. And just try to keep your brush strokes going the same direction as the line. All the way around. Turn it around and do the other side. And remember to add a second coat to each color. Okay, now I've got 2 coats of all of my rainbow colors on there. I'm going to set that aside to dry for just a minute. I'm going to go rinse out my water cups and get clean water and a clean cup. Okay, now my rainbow colors are dry. I'm going to take my number 91 light blue and I'm going to water it down just like I did when we did our antiquing. So about a tablespoon of paint and about an equal amount of water. And we're going to mix that up really well. And then we're going to apply one thin watery coat to our clouds. Again, about the consistency of milk. And then I'm going to paint that onto the clouds. And just kind of let it flow on. Don't let your brush get too dry. You can kind of let the drips fall off to the bottom. I'll just put that one watery coat on there. You can take your sponge and carefully wipe the bottom to remove any drips. Now set that aside to dry. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is add a little bit of sparkle to our rainbow by adding a watered down coat of our glitter glaze. So just like we did with the other colors, we're going to take our glitter glaze. Might want to give it a little bit of a mix up in here and then pour about a tablespoon into a cup. And then add about an equal amount of water. Mix that up really well. A little bit of this glitter glaze goes a really long way, so we just want a nice watered down coat over the top. So mix it up really well. And then brush on to your rainbow. You'll see the little flecks of glitter. Once you have it all coated with the glitter glaze, set that aside to dry for 24 hours and then bring it back to Color Me Mine for overglazing and firing.